Hi guys, Kirk and Sons here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Today what I want to show you is we're going to fix a patch here. Now this patch, it's so off. On a scale of 1 to 10, if a professional did this, I'd give it a 2. You can notice it from 60 feet away. If a homeowner did this, I'd give them about a 6 or 7. It's not that bad. But here's what I told the homeowner. I said, now what we can do is, because this is built up right here, and this is the perimeter. See how that is? We have a 1/2 inch here, we have a 1/2 inch on this side. I don't really want to pound this out, because if I do, then I'm going to compromise the waterproofing that's in here. What I'll do is I'll pound this out right here. It'll push the stucco into the paper, and it'll just destroy whatever integrity is here. I don't know what's there, and I don't want to open a can of worms. So what I've done is I've instructed Dan to go ahead and give me some weldcrete about 6 inches over here.
Alright guys, Jason and Dan here. What Dan is doing now is applying the weldcrete over this patch so that when we come to feather it out with a new skim coat of stucco, the stucco will adhere to it. Stucco won't adhere to a painted surface, but when you apply a bonding agent, you can stucco right over any painted surface.
The weldcrete now is kind of tacky. It's perfect for it. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to take about 2 full buckets of mud in order to correct it. So we've got this situation here and here. Now this it's kind of like an eyesore. So what we're going to do is I'm going to spread this out, and it's not going to be perfect. When I'm done with this, it's still going to be noticeable because we are so much. We'd have to break it all out, redo it, and of course nobody wants to do all that work. So what I'm going to show you folks is I'm going to skim this out. I'm going to skim right here even out. Okay, now that part is skimmed out, then I'll come inside. The idea is to make it as true and plumb as we can with what we have to work with. We're only as good as what we have to work with. Again, some of you folks might say, well, gee whiz, why didn't you tear it all out? Well, I'll tell you why. I'm working on another project close by, and I told him, well, I'm close by. I'll just do it for $100 since I'm already close by, which is next door. If I were to take all of this out and redo it, you're looking at quite a bit more than that. So he says, hey, gee, go ahead and do it. Skim it. As long as it's better than what I did, he's happy. So he says, if you can beat what I did and do it for $100, man, you got yourself a job. And I thought, not so much the money that I'm working here for, but it's to show you folks how to fix it. I'll show you guys how to fix this kind of stuff. Another minute, I will have it skimmed. And the floating is the easy part. Okay, so I'm going to take this right here. Take it right here. One more, and then we'll let this set. It's a pretty cold day today. However, he's got the heater on. I can feel the heat coming out of this little guy here. In fact, we're going to clean it up. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and let this set about 15-20 minutes, and I'll show you when we come back to float it how it works. Okay guys, what I'm doing is having Jay walk on this. I want to show that bow is out here and it's out here. This I already floated. I got both sides of the hump out. And here's what I'm doing. A lot of water, guys, a lot of water. And this is set for about, it's about, with the sun's on us, plus this heater's on, even though it was a cold day, it's set about 45 minutes. You got to look at it. When it starts to dry out, then it's ready for the float. And what I'm doing is, see this texture here is very heavy. I could match that with a lot of water, but when you use a lot of water, it takes a lot of skill. So what I'm doing is I'm going upward motions because I'm using so much water, it tends to want to fall. So you do your edges first. Well, I always do my edges first. A lot of water. My son Dan said, "Dad, you should get a lot of work from that one." And I said, "Why is that?" And he says, "Well, you told people you're doing it for $100, so everybody's going to call you with a patch for $100. But another thing too that's intangible is I show you folks how to do this, and that's worth far beyond the measurement and money of what I can make on jobs. So I kind of enjoy showing you folks how to repair things like this. That's my payment enough. Anyhow, you see I'm going small circles, a lot of water, because this used to be, well, somebody dashed this, the rest of the house they floated it, so I'm giving the best of both worlds. And don't you guys go standing up on a bucket like me either. I'm just doing that because I can. Anyhow, you see I'm a lot of water, and as soon as my sponge starts to dry out because the wall's sucking the moisture right out, I'm going to dip it in again. I'm going to tap it off here, dip it in this side, tap it off here, spin it, and a lot of water. A lot of water, guys. That way we bring out the aggregate. Aggregate's a fancy word for sand. So I'm bringing out the aggregate right now. Now I'm almost done with this. Again, I want to point out to you folks, even if you screw it up the first time, it's not a big deal. I just happen to be pretty good at stucco, and that is one of my talents. I'm a lousy electrician, plumber, but I sure can do stucco all day long. So anyhow, guys, you see what I've done there? That is taking out the transition here, and it's taking out the whole inner transition. It's about 2 5-gallon buckets to fix this. It didn't take me but, 10 minutes to spread. I have to wait about an hour, 45 minutes, and then another 10 minutes to float it out. So even you folks can do that. Anyhow, my name is Kirk. I'm with Kirk Giordano Plastering. As usual, folks, we thank you for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.